Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of the notification squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. Happy Valentine's Day to all my peeps and my peoples. Hopefully you have joy, love, and happiness and peace in your life, and love yourself, baby. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the situation between NeNe Leakes and Cynthia Bailey. They end up meeting up and they have a confrontation, and basically they talk about their relationship and what's going on and what's happening. And NeNe Leakes ain't here for the shits, and nor is Cynthia. So it is what it is. I don't know if their friendship is ever going to go somewhere, but it seemed like at one point in time, Cynthia Bailey wanted to be NeNe Leakes' friend in the beginning of the season of season 12, because she wanted NeNe Leakes to unblock her and everything else like that, because she wanted to be able to post and see what's going on. And she was so happy with the postcard that NeNe Leakes sent her. But then that all changed quick, fast, in a hurry, and especially changed when Kenya Moore was like, "That you really believe? You really believe NeNe Leakes? You believe that she's being real with you, girl? You believe that postcard?" And she sent it to the blogs, and basically Kenya Moore was like, Cynthia Bailey, she told Cynthia Bailey that NeNe Leakes done send that postcard to the blogs. She done sent it to Love B Squad, baby, because she want people to think that she's a good person and she's really trying to, build a friendship with you, and she don't really want to let it go. She's just looking for sympathy. And then B Squad confirmed it, that it was somebody in NeNe Leakes' camp that sent him the letter. But we don't know for sure, but that was the word out on the streets. And ever since then, it seems like Cynthia Bailey backed up. I wonder if NeNe Leakes unblocked her. NeNe Leakes said that she did, but Cynthia Bailey failed to tell everybody else that she was the one that blocked NeNe Leakes first. She's the one that blocked her first, baby. But on camera, it looks like NeNe Leakes just blocked her. But NeNe Leakes had to clear that up, baby. So I was like, what is going on with that situation? So it seems like Cynthia Bailey had a change of heart because she doesn't know if NeNe Leakes is authentic. And so NeNe Leakes has something to say to Cynthia Bailey, like, you did several interviews talking about me, and I take friendship very seriously. And I was like, oh yes, she did. NeNe Leakes, yes, she did do several interviews, but they didn't take flight. People wasn't really paying attention to Cynthia Bailey's interviews. Some people were and some people wasn't, but it didn't skyrocket like your situation did when you did your last interview about Cynthia Bailey. When you was meeting up with the lady, you was talking in a chair, and you said that Cynthia Bailey is the do girl. She's working for producers. She'll do anything for a bag, baby. That shit hit hard because it was right before season 12 was supposed to begin, and it hit hard. And basically calling Cynthia out as a do girl. She'll do anything for a storyline, baby. And so yes, that interview hit hard. Cynthia Bailey's interviews did not hit hard at all. But also NeNe Leakes says she only did one interview. I was like, no, you didn't. You did another interview when you was on the talk. And basically you was asked about, Cynthia Bailey's, new relationship and her engagement with Mike Hill. And you said people would do anything for a storyline. They'll do anything to be on season 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. According to NeNe Leakes, all of this wedding talk is Bailey attempt to secure her spot on season 12, baby. So you did more than one. You did too, NeNe. And Cynthia Bailey was doing her interviews too as well, because she either she felt the way she felt, or she had a battery in the back. And everybody always says Cynthia may have a battery in the back, because you don't know who's putting the battery in her back, because people think that Cynthia Bailey doesn't have a backbone. But if you ask NeNe Leakes, she does have a backbone, and she works in the back. She works in the dark, baby. She works where you can't see her at, allegedly. So we have that situation. You guys tell me what you think about that. And NeNe said, I have a problem. I only responded to your interview, Cynthia Bailey. So this is what NeNe Leakes is telling Cynthia. I only responded to the interviews that you did. And yes, you did respond. And your interviews hit very much harder. And NeNe Leakes says, I take my friendship serious. And, Cynthia Bailey was like, I take my friendship serious. But you, NeNe Leakes, are the first person to tear down your friendship when they piss you off. And you call them out, and you call them fake. You call them all types of names, and you tear them down the hardest. you tear your friends down the hardest. And Cynthia Bailey's basically saying, NeNe, when you get upset, when you get mad, it's hell to pay, and you tear your friendships up. Because we already heard Cynthia Bailey said her relationship with NeNe Leakes is toxic. So why do you want her to unblock you and follow you, Cynthia Bailey? I have no idea. Why would you want that? But in an attempt, because Cynthia Bailey is a forgiving person and she likes to move forward and have peace, and basically she got a piece of meat in her life, Mike Hill, so she's all good. Like, it's whatever with the situation. And we know NeNe Leakes and Cynthia Bailey, if we talk about any friendships, we know that Cynthia Bailey and NeNe Leakes had a real friendship too as well. So we'll see if they will ever get on the same page. And people are believing, which it comes down to, Kenya Moore saying that NeNe Leakes is only apologizing because she needs people to film with and she wants some camera time, allegedly. And then on top of that, Kandi Burruss says that NeNe Leakes is iced out. So it's an agreement when it comes to Kenya Moore and Kandi Burruss that NeNe Leakes is iced out, and she hasn't been really seen on season 12. And a lot of people are saying the reason why NeNe Leakes has not been seen, because you remember season 11, she says she's gonna not follow any of the ladies. She's not their friend. She felt like all the ladies on the cast was coming after her and trying to get at her, except for Marlo, and she felt like it was a conspiracy. And then allegedly all summer long, there was rumors that NeNe Leakes didn't want to film with this person, that person. She wasn't going to give them any camera time. She was going to treat them like co-workers or whatever. But people were saying that position that NeNe Leakes had allegedly backfired, and that's why she's on an apology tour, or trying to mend fences, because she needs to film with more people other than just Marlo. And the scenes that she filmed with Marlo for season 12, out having a drink because she didn't want to film with anybody else, have been deleted, and Bravo then put them up because they pay NeNe Leakes per episode. So if she doesn't appear on the episode, she does not get any money, allegedly. So you guys tell me what you think about that situation, whether you think that is true or not, or do you think Bravo is just icing out NeNe Leakes? Do you think Bravo's upset with NeNe Leakes and they want her to go because she attacked security and she ain't backing down and she don't want to film with certain people? You guys tell me what you think about the situation. Yes, sir, it's going down, baby. So between NeNe Leakes and Cynthia Bailey's situation, it didn't seem like they really resolved anything or worked anything out, but we will find out on this Sunday, because that was just a preview of what's to come on Sunday's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Cynthia basically said, you have done things, but you want people to know that I'm a bad person or whatever. And then NeNe Leakes says, Cynthia Bailey, you has done things, but you don't want people to know what you have done because you want to stay in the dark. You want to stay, unseen, but people know who you are and the true Cynthia. And I know who the true Cynthia is. So at the same time, NeNe Leakes is still shading her. Whether if you know the true Cynthia, that doesn't mean that she wants everybody to know anything else about her than what she gives out there to the media. So anyways, she's kind of poking at Cynthia. Cynthia's poking a little bit. She's poking, NeNe's poking with a pitchfork, and Cynthia Bailey is poking with, toothpicks. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to the situation when it comes down to Cynthia Bailey and the Cookie Lady. So the Cookie Lady shop is right around the corner or right next door to Cynthia Bailey. So after the Cookie Lady then came and told Cynthia Bailey that Paul was trying to get with her in the whole 9 yards, Cynthia Bailey had the nerve to take this woman, the Cookie Lady, to an event and invite her around. Like, Cynthia Bailey, how would you feel if somebody claiming that Mike Hill wanted to get with them, and then one of your cast members bring the lady around and introduce her and not tell them who the lady is? So you just as shady. And a lot of people are blaming Kenya Moore for the situation with the Cookie Lady, but Cynthia invited the lady around way before Kenya Moore even brought up the situation about the Cookie Lady in Toronto. So Cynthia Bailey's been laughing and grinning in Tanya's face and cool with her, knowing that the Cookie Lady got this information about Paul. And on top of that, the Cookie Lady has been introduced to the ladies by Cynthia Bailey. And allegedly, Kenya Moore says the reason why the Cookie Lady is around is because Cynthia Bailey was hoping that the Cookie Lady was going to confront Tanya Sams at her wine taste at Cynthia Bailey's wine cellar. when she got proposed to, but that didn't happen. And so Cynthia Bailey is the first one that kept in contact with the cookie lady because she had tea and she was working behind the scenes. And so basically this gives credence to what NeNe Leakes says about Cynthia Bailey being shady too as well. And also Kandi Burruss knew what was going on. How would Kandi Burruss feel if some lady said that she wanted to get with Todd and brought the lady around and introduce her as at events? You can keep your secrets, but I just thought you guys had a little bit of a girl code where you would not let somebody claiming to want to be with one of your man into the fold, because you already know there's plenty of women that's out here claiming that they was with one of your men, or claiming to be with the celebrity, whether they was with them or not. So Kenya Moore ain't the only one to blame for this situation when it comes down to the cookie lady. And the cookie lady herself is just as much as to blame too as well. Like, you are thirsty for attention. You could have told Cynthia Bailey on the low, because you're right next door to her, told her what was up, and tell her to let her friend, Tanya Sams know. But the cookie lady wanted position. And we got Kenya Moore talking about the cookie lady is good for the show. And we also have Kenya Moore saying the cookie lady is good for the show. And then you have Kandi saying the cookie lady is good for the show. So it is what it is. Oh, Lord have mercy. So yes, the shade is real. And Tanya Sams, her man, basically said he was the wingman for the situation, and he was not trying to get with the cookie lady, but she feels a certain type of way. But I was like, I feel you, Tanya. You did your thing. You felt like you was being shaded. Then you brought up Kenya Moore's wig. And then basically you thought nothing was really going to come after that situation, that Kenya Moore was going to lie and wait and just let it, go by. I don't know how you felt in any type of way that Kenya Moore wasn't going to come at you for talking about her wig, especially when on a previous episode when you guys were in Toronto, she didn't want to talk about having extensions or weave or anything in her hair, even though we know Kenya Moore has luxurious, beautiful, natural hair. But therefore, so you knew that would be a ticking time bomb, especially you having a wig and showing all the ladies, and you thought you was doing light shade, pretty shade. But baby, Kenya Moore came through with the cookie lady. She brought the cookie lady to the table to address you. And I don't believe that Kenya Moore would have brought the cookie lady to the table to address Tanya Sams if Tanya Sams didn't bring that wig around too as well. So it is what it is. And it seems like Cynthia Bailey, was feeling kind of nervous about the situation. And, she ended up letting Tanya Sams know about the cookie lady, because she was probably feeling guilty, or basically she just wanted to keep her hands clean. And so she told Tanya Sams about the cookie lady, but the cookie lady was all around. So once she told Tanya Sams, she neglected to tell Kenya Moore that she told Tanya Sams about the cookie lady. And so Tanya Sams ended up getting that wig and trying to embarrass Kenya Moore. But it was all right, because Kenya Moore was like, Cynthia Bailey, don't act like you didn't bring that cookie lady around to your event and introduce her to the ladies because you wanted a situation to pop off. Point blank and period. Because I don't believe Kenya Moore was going to ever bring the cookie lady and give her a spotlight until Tanya Sams came at her. But Tanya Sams felt like, Kenya Moore, you coming at me about my relationship and addressing it at the table about some strange female. So therefore you was throwing shade. You didn't talk to me like a woman and say, hey, this is what happened. So therefore you called me up in Toronto to get your box, and it was a wig in there. And Lord have mercy, I used it to my benefit. And it's probably going to give her a peach, but it's all good at the same time. She can defend herself, but she has to be ready for the wrath of Kenya Moore, because Kenya Moore doesn't feel like, okay, oh yeah, it's a wig, it's not a big deal, because Kenya Moore knows that she has people that would try to discredit her hair care products. So therefore, if she wears a wig once a month or twice a month, people try to say that, oh, that's not her real hair. So Kenya Moore took it as an attack on her business, her brand, and her money. Then on top of that, Kenya Moore took it as, how dare you come for me when I did not send for you. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Much love to my peeps and my peoples. And also, let's not forget Porsha and NeNe Leakes. Marlo Hampton wanted to bring Porsha and NeNe Leakes together to an event, but Porsha did not want to come because the title of the event was like, it's a jungle sometimes. It's a jungle out here, and we need to stop lying on each other. But Porsha Williams shows up to an event with NeNe Leakes, but Marlo Hampton tells NeNe that Porsha said that she didn't want no drama. And NeNe was like, what you mean no drama? When I just last seen you in Toronto, you had the Hennessy bottle in your hand, ready to fight, ready to take Yovanna down to the ground, baby. And NeNe Leakes says, I'm not kissing your ass, Porsha. Porsha comes through. Peace and much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Yep, Porsha comes through, baby. Like she does, but Porsha is siding with Tanya Sams on this situation. Because ain't no woman with no man want the side chick or whoever to appear at their place of business or where they work at to try to shade them. And she ain't here for it because she's dealing with cheating allegations and she done already seen it done and happen to her, baby. Peace. Happy Valentine's Day, my peoples.